Good morning. Y'all aren't here yet. It's like delayed. There you are. You're so sweet. You're cracking me up. Let's go get Aunt Judy's better. Listen, I need to be woke up this morning because I am tired. Kelly, why have you not come? If you're in Huntsville, you're not far. You should come see me. Good morning, Ginger, Kathy, Stephanie, Sherry, Chris, Julie, Kelly, Diane, Kayla, Sonia, Jane, Carol, Kathy, Patty, Becky. I'm here a little early, but it ain't because I'm looking for a promotion because I'm tired. I am so tired. Good morning, Paula. Roxanne. Oh, good. Tony's up early. Krista. Or is it Christy? I'm going to let some people join. I'm going to wait till 7 o'clock because, some people need a minute to get up, just like me. Tony, see, I don't understand. Like Tony Wheeler, his name is in green and nobody else's is. Does that mean that, I don't know, see, Tony's on YouTube. Does that mean that YouTube loves him because he's got a green name and nobody else does? Does that mean he's special? I don't know what that means. I do want to ask y'all a question as I continue to learn. So when I create this event to say I'm going live at 7 o'clock on Wednesday and y'all are already here, how do y'all get here? Do y'all go to that post that I posted and then you enter the chat? I mean, how are y'all all here before? I'm going to show you what I'm talking about, Tony. Where's my daggum phone? Oh, hang on. All right, I'll take a picture and I'll send it to you. But your name's green. I wonder if it's because you subscribe to my YouTube page. Maybe it like sets you apart because of that. Oh, you get a notification on YouTube. Thank you, Stephanie. Okay, so but do you have to go, like Kayla, you're on Facebook. So you have to go to Facebook and scroll up to my invite and then go into the chat? Is that what you do? I put up the notifications for you. Diane, are you like you go to my page and do that? Oh, is that what you mean? It alerts me and I just go to the post. Oh, so I guess y'all go to notifications. I'm still learning how all this works. Diane, you so sweet. Thank you, Diane. Okay, Cheryl, so you get a notification. We still got 2 minutes. You little entrepreneurs getting here early. We got no business being up at this time of day, right? But we all have to pay for. We all have to work, right, or something. Oh, I didn't know that, Kayla. So, so YouTube can get her early and talk, but then, I mean, yeah, YouTube has a waiting room, but Facebook does not. Diane, you're so sweet. Okay, so Jane, there's no waiting room. Okay. Well, if y'all want to be little entrepreneurs and get here early, you can go over to YouTube and join the chat before I arrive. And y'all can talk bad about me before, and I won't know it until I get here. And then I can go, busted. I saw what you said about me. I believe green names are verified creators. Well, I know for sure that Tony's not a creator. I can't imagine Tony having a YouTube channel and being a creator, but maybe he does and I don't know it. Tony, are you a YouTube creator and you have your own channel? Maybe he does. If he does, I never knew he did. Thank you, Cheryl. Diane's so good to me. Okay, it's 7:00. All right, kiddos. Listen, y'all can sleep when you're dead. Y'all get your butt up. We got things to do. You know, I don't know if look, this is my preaching stick. I don't know if your parents ever said this to you or whatever, but I can remember my parents saying, I think it was my dad, because my dad was a little businessman, but I can remember him going, nobody, let's see, what did he say? He didn't say nobody productive. Basically what he was saying is that if you're going to be a little entrepreneur, you're not sleeping till 10 o'clock. You need to get up because there's, like nobody, you can get everything done before 12 o'clock. Like that's what I can remember my dad talking about that. Sleep when you're dead. Yeah, like I can remember my dad's, talking about business, and he's like, Judy, that's when I get my business done is in the mornings, because I can remember my dad would used to always be at the kitchen table with his yellow little steno pad or whatever you call it. And he'd be writing down his bills and trying to figure out like how to pay off crap. And like he would and he'd have his little calculator, not calculator, what's it called? The little electrical, anyway, I forgot. Adding machine. He had his little adding machine, and he'd be running numbers, doing his business stuff. And I can remember him drinking coffee, sitting at the table, like doing that. So it's like some of that's like stuck in my head, thinking, and it's funny how I've become a morning person because I've never been a morning person. So, okay, let's talk about last night, why I'm tired. Okay, so yesterday I had to take my dad to the doctor. I have a spammer. Are you serious? Please, someone, I'll go block him. I blocked him. Let me back up a minute. So y'all probably don't even remember this video because it wasn't even a funny video. It was me at the 1st of September, and I was pouring sweat. Shane and I were at my son's house helping clear his property, and we were there by ourselves. It was the 1st of September, and I was sitting in the truck pouring sweat, and I was telling y'all that I was at my son's house working. Why that video has gone viral is beyond me, because it wasn't even funny. It was me telling y'all what I was doing for the day. And that video has gone viral, and I am getting the crazies. So if y'all are getting, friend requests from the crazies, I'm sorry. I don't know why that video would go viral, but it's like there's 2 videos that are viral right now, and one of them is the little pigs, which I can understand that going viral. But me sitting there pouring sweat with not a drop of makeup on and talking about working at my son's house, like, I don't understand. So just know that when your page starts growing, these things start happening. So I'm sorry. YouTube monitors that stuff. Facebook does not. So I'm sorry. Okay, now let me back up. So we went to the doctor. You don't see the spammers because he was on Facebook, and I blocked him. YouTube can't see Facebook's comments, and Facebook can't see YouTube's comments, but I see them all. Okay, so anyway, so yesterday, first of all, today is my dad's birthday. So just know that. But we went to the doctor yesterday to get his stitches out, and we were there. I left my house at 1:00. I did not get home till after 5:30. I was like, this is awful. But because we had to drive all the way to Birmingham. But in the car on the way back to the house, my dad's decided that he's not having prostate surgery. We haven't talked to the doctor. We have no idea what the options are, but he's decided that we're not doing surgery. And so I said to him, I said, what if that's the only thing that saves your life? We don't even know what the doctor's going to say yet. Like, you're over here, like, determining that you're not having surgery. And it's just like, so I decided to handle it the best way I know how. And I said, that's your decision. This is your life. If you don't want to have surgery and it's the only thing that saves your life, I'm going to leave that into your hands, because you're a grown man and I'm not forcing you to do anything that you don't want to do. But I do want you to understand that you do have aggressive cancer, and surgery may be the only thing that saves your life, but it may not. But we don't know until we talk to the doctor. So I'm dealing with that a little bit. So he's like decided that the only thing he's doing is radiation, even though he don't even know what that means. So if I seem like I'm on the struggle bus, like a couple of you have messaged me and said, Judy, it seems like you're on the struggle bus. I am a little bit, because, I'm dealing with all that. So it's difficult, Anyway, now let's move on. So I get home at 5:30, right? And then I am going to support my little girl, Haley, my little girl I never had. So she did wonderful. She won second. She got second runner up. She was beautiful. Her talent was precious. The only thing I did not like about the pageant is the sound system was awful. I mean, you couldn't even understand I had no idea what any of them were singing about. I couldn't understand them when they get there and do their 1 minute like spiel. When they asked a question, I couldn't understand the word, but it could be me, Mal, because my ears were clogged up yesterday. So I don't know. But Haley did great. She won second. I had a picture of her. Let's see. I'll try to share it. Let me see. There she is on the end. But she won second. I was very proud of her. Her brother and I sat together. I was very proud. So I'm trying to read y'all's comments. Okay, I'm going to somewhat get ready. Okay, let's talk about what I have to do today. So today, normally when I have a field trip, it's in the morning at 10 o'clock. It's not today. Today's field trip is from 1:30 to 3:30. And today, the Coleman Chamber of Commerce has a group. I don't know what they're called, but they go around to different places to learn. And so they're coming here today. There's 20 teenagers that are coming here today at 1:30, and they'll be here till 3:30. So I guess they're eating lunch. But they've been here before, and we had a great time. The kids learned a lot. So I have that today. And tomorrow I have a meeting, and so I don't have tours tomorrow. And then Friday, I am going into a school. I'm going to Addison. I think it's called Addison Elementary. It's 4th and 5th graders. And I am taking Ruger. So Ruger's going to have to get his shoes on. And I'm taking the rabbits and the tortoise. And I am doing my host spiel, the whole dancing with the kids, me reading my book, me talking about how the animals live together. The kids are going to learn about discrimination and all that stuff. So I'm doing the whole program on Friday. So that's going to be fun. I don't have to be there to the afternoon, like 1 o'clock. So that's good. Morning stressed me out. Y'all know that. And then Saturday, I got on the way to the doctor's office yesterday. It seems like I go out of this quick. So yesterday, when I was headed to the doctor's office, I got a phone call from the Coleman County Fair. And I worked that last year, and it was very hard on me. Oh my gosh. Me trying to work the fair and deal with thousands of kids and adults on top of trying to watch all these animals by myself is difficult. Well, I decided, they asked me to come back this year, and I decided not to do it, even though I needed the money. I really did, because it's really a lot of money. It's crazy amount of money. But when I weighed my stress level on top of the money, I told Shane, I said, are you gonna be mad at me if I can't do it? I just don't think I can do it. I can't. It gives me anxiety, and I just can't do it. I'm sorry, but I can't. I know we could use the money for my farm, but I just can't do it. And he was like, do what you need to do, Judy. So I decided not to do the fair this year. And the fair called me on the way to the doctor's office yesterday, and he was like, Judy, we need you. I was like, no. Okay. I go, what do you need? And he's like, I need you here Saturday from 12 to 5. And you know Judy. You know how Judy is. Okay, let me look at my calendar and make sure I don't have tours on Saturday or a birthday party. And I didn't. So I said, I'll help you. I'll help you. So I'm going to the fair Saturday from 12 to 5. I am looking for someone to go with me. If somebody wants to go to help me, I'm just going to tell you, it is hard work. It's not physical work. It's mental work, because there are kids everywhere, and there's usually a huge long line, and Saturday is the last day of the fair, and Shane is not going to be here, and I have to load the animals up by myself, take them to the fair, unload them, entertain kids and adults all day. But it's a way for me to give back, right? My community needs me. And so I'm not going to sit it out. I'm going to dance. And even though it's not what I desire to do, but at the end of the day, my community needs me, and I'm going. So I will be at the Coleman County Fair Saturday from 12 to 5. So I'm doing that. So I have a lot going on this week, and I'm trying to balance not closing Sneed's Farmhouse right now. I really need to close Sneed's Farmhouse and concentrate on my dad. But obviously, I still, at the end of the day, the animals still have to eat, right? I still have to, the bills don't stop just because my dad has cancer. Y'all know what I'm talking about. When you're sick and you still have to go to work, or your husband's sick, or your wife's sick, and you still have to go to work at the end of the day because bills don't stop. You still have a house payment and electricity. You still have to make money. And I'm trying to keep balance and go, okay, what's fixing to happen? And I don't know. Like, I don't know what's fixing to happen. And I told Shane, I said, I'm just going to do my very best. And I don't know if y'all do this. Do y'all overcommit? I overcommit. I do this every single time because it's like, I can't, I do say no sometimes, but it's like sometimes you put too much on you and then you're like, what did I do? Why did I say I would do all this? Because I can. It's one of me. And I'm trying to, it's hard. And I know that you guys go through it too, especially when you have added stress of sick parents and you're trying to work and do all this stuff. It can be difficult. It can be difficult. And that's why I preach balance, because if you get off balance during this chaos, you're going to lose it. you're going to get sick yourself. And that's the last thing you need. It's because you need to be strong for the person that's sick, and then you overextend yourself because you're trying to work and you're trying to take care of the kids, or you're trying to take care of the animals, and you're trying to run a business, and you're trying to do all this stuff, and there's chaos around. So I'm dealing with that right now. So I can't remember what, hang on, let me look. I know what I said. I had to think about what I said. I said, why are we so hard on ourselves? So I thought I would share with y'all what I mean by that. Why is my phone blowing up? Does people not know that I'm live? If you know me, I'm live at 7:00 on Mondays and Wednesdays, right? Like, you know that. Okay, so I told Shane, people love Shane and I together. I don't know. Y'all think we're funny together. I don't know. And people have said, Judy, I wish you and Shane would go live together. And like, in a perfect world, that's great. But what ends up happening is Shane works a full-time job and he doesn't get home till 5:00. And Shane is not a creator, right? So Shane is like, comes home, eats supper, and he's got things to do. He's sawing wood, or he's working on his shop, or he's wide open. So for me to go, sit down, we're going live for an hour. He's like, Judy, I don't have time to do that. I have got things to do. I've been at work all day. So I decided to start doing like short segments of Shane and I together. And I posted them yesterday. You got your protein? So I decided to, say, come here. I need to ask you a question and I'm going to record it. Well, what you recording for? Just get over here and do what I say. Like kind of that situation. So I decided to do short segments of Shane and I's conversations together. And just to know that those are not staged. That is how Shane and I are. We communicate that way. Like, we're both kind of go out each other. And a lot of people think that we're mean to each other, but it's just the way we talk to each other. I mean, it's just, we're both dramatic and we're both funny and we're both. So anyway, so when it came to the tractor, and I don't know if y'all watched, this was on, I have a hard time with Facebook and YouTube. YouTube is more of a video, and because you're usually watching YouTube on TV, so you're not just scrolling through Facebook. So like YouTube, I'm still learning how to connect to you guys. I love YouTube. I love you guys. And the only way I know to connect, because I can't just do a short video of me and Shane where I can post that on Facebook and y'all can laugh your heads off. But like, you don't do that on Facebook. Like, on YouTube, it's like you can post a picture or you can do a 15-second short. So I can't just post stuff like that to YouTube. So if you watch me on YouTube and you're like, what is she talking about? So I posted these short little 4-minute videos on Facebook yesterday. So if you're not a Facebook user, you might be confused. So I can't post those to YouTube. So that's why it's so difficult. They're two totally different platforms. So I'm trying to add those short segments to my videos when I post them on YouTube, so you guys understand how Shane and I are together. So know that. So anyway, so when I asked him about the tractor, it wasn't okay. I'm just going to tell you right now. It's not, none of that. Like I said, is staged. Shane, I'm like, come here. I need to ask you something. What? And I'm like, come here. I want to record it. What are you about to ask me? Just get over here and do what I say and let me hit the record button. That's how our conversations are. So yesterday or whenever it was, and I did that when we were in the midst of the conversation, okay, I heard something different than what I heard when I hit record and then played it back by myself. And so I wanted to talk about that because I want to see if you know what I'm talking about. I hope that I'm not alone. But have you ever had a conversation with your spouse or your boss at work and you heard one thing and like, you're like, okay, like for example, let me get to my point. Sorry, sometimes I have a hard time getting to the point. So I recorded Shane and me asking Shane, how do I make the tractor go faster? And the whole conversation was like 4 minutes long. And I'm listening to the conversation and recording. And I'm hearing, I don't want you to drive my tractor anymore. And I'm like, and I'm feeling, you don't see me acting like this in the video. But what I'm feeling in my head is, he doesn't want me on his tractor and he doesn't think I'm good enough. That's what I heard. I heard, you're going to kill your full self and stay off my tractor and stay on your tractor. That's what I heard. And I did not hear anything else. And when I left the video and I got away from Shane, I felt like, dang, I was really trying. Like I was, and I felt really down because I heard all this negative. I heard nothing but negative. So have you ever been in a conversation where you're listening to the other person talk and you hear something, and then if you go back and revisit and say, it really hurts my feelings because you don't want me on your tractor. And he's like, I never said that. And you're like, oh, Joker, yes, you did. Like we just had a 4-minute conversation and you were putting me down about the tractor. And he's like, no, I never said that. And I'm like, am I deaf? Like I literally heard you say that. Like, have you ever been there and you heard something different than what they said? Okay, so that's what I was experiencing. And I experienced that. I'm not really getting ready because I'm not feeling like it. But anyway, most of the time when I'm in the middle of a conversation, an extensive conversation with someone, I hear something totally different than what they hear or they say. And I'm like, am I crazy? Like, why do I hear something different than what you're saying? Like, I have my best friend. My best friend is going through a lot right now because her dad is sick. And I haven't, normally we talk on the phone every single day. And I've been so busy that I haven't talked her on the phone every day. So when I finally get her on the phone, like if I go 4 days without talking to her, I hear, like, when she first answers the phone, I feel like she's mad at me because I haven't checked on her. Like I feel, even though she doesn't say that, her tone to me expresses that she's frustrated at me because we haven't been talking every day. She's never said that, but that's how I interpret it. So my question to you is, like, Do you get what I'm saying? Like, you hear something totally different. And then what happens is you play on that in your head forever. Like, because then you're like, okay, so Shane doesn't want me to drive his tractor. Well, then I'm frustrated. So then I walk away and I'm frustrated because I feel like he doesn't want me to drive his tractor. And I sit there and stew over it. So then by the time I get inside to take a shower to go to bed, I'm so pissed off at him. I just want to hit him. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, he didn't, because then what happens is the conversation starts escalating because you go away and you've taken all this interpretation and you've extended it. And it's like this, the conversation is like, or the problem is like huge now because you're like, okay, that's something, because then you start getting, it's like you go through the grieving process. Because like first you're upset, like you got your feelings hurt, you know, your feelings are hurt because you heard blah blah blah, and then you get away from it and you start thinking about it and you're like, I should have said this, or I should have done this, and then you start growing the problem into something bigger because you heard something and you're like, he pisses me off. He makes me so mad because blah, blah, blah. And then, like I said, you get in the house and then you're mad at the joker. And he's like, what the crap's wrong with you? And you're like, nothing. Just leave me alone. Just leave me alone. And he's like, who peed in your cornflakes? Like, what the heck? And I'm like, nothing. Just don't worry about it. It's nothing. And then if he don't get it out of me, then I carry it on to the next day. So then my frustration of being mad at him is even escalated even higher. So then he goes to hug me and I do the stiff arm because I'm like, don't even touch me. Don't even touch me, because I've escalated this problem. Well, that is me 24/7. That is me, okay? Because I hear something totally different than what people say. And I didn't realize it until I started recording our conversations. So that same conversation, I listened to it because, you know, before I posted it to Facebook, I said, I better listen to this because I don't even know what Shane and I said to each other. So I better listen to this. So I went back and listened to the tractor conversation. And I was like, why do I hear something different this time? That's not the same thing I heard the first time. Now I'm listening to this gentle man that's afraid I'm going to get hurt on the tractor. It was like the weirdest feeling in the world because I thought, why do I feel that? Now I feel like, oh, he's so sweet. He doesn't want me to get hurt. And the first, I did not hear that. And it's almost like I want y'all to, you know what? I'm going to let you listen. It's not that long because I want you to understand what I'm talking about. And I'm going to pause it. So hang on just a minute. I got to find the conversation. Let me go turn off the dryer. Is that loud? Or let me shut the door. Okay. I want you to see what I'm talking about. And I hope this helps y'all. Okay, let me see if this is it.
This needs to be on a recording in case
no, that's not it. That ain't it. Here it is.
Will you teach me how to make the tractor go faster?
No.
Why?
Because you'll kill your food self.
Why do you say that?
Because you're like...
It ain't like I'm going to go do a burnout.
What is that little Tasmanian? You're like a Tasmanian devil. You get on something, you just want to go wide open.
I didn't say...
Go faster.
Teach me.
Faster.
Okay, let's stop right there. In the middle of the conversation, I heard, you're not getting on my... I'm not teaching you how to make that faster. Oh, hang on. I'm blocking somebody. Okay. I heard you're going to, if you get on my tractor, you're going to kill yourself and I don't want you on my tractor. That's what I heard. Okay, let's continue.
Want to do so? Just like you didn't listen the first time, you ride around with the thing up high. What
What
you gonna
thing?
do? The bucket when you about flipped it over, cutting grass.
Okay. Oh, I didn't mean to hit that. Sorry. So what I heard right there is I'm not good enough. I ride with my tractor with the bucket up and about killed myself flipping it over, which I did. So I heard that I'm not good on the tractor. So those are two negative things that I heard right off the bat. So let's keep going.
I was trying to get closer
Yeah, I
to
was
the
trying to get
steps.
Yeah, you don't get closer by riding on the side of a hill and raise the thing.
Okay, but if I'm going straight
It don't matter.
and I'm just trying to get, like, I'm not on a hill, I can go faster than creep, 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 creep.
You don't need to worry about going faster because that's not a 5-speed or 4-speed like a car. You either put it in first, you either put it in second, or you either put it in
Okay,
third.
so when you're driving the tractor and you want to go faster, you don't shift a second. Is that like, have you made
You
up
don't
that?
shift it like you shift in a car, Judy. You want to try to shift it and grind gears. No.
What does grind gears mean?
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's the reason why you stay off mine, you stay on yours.
What is a
See, you stay off mine and stay on yours. So I heard that he don't want me on his tractor no more. And so then my attitude went straight down the floor because I was like, I was trying to do good. I was trying to learn how to put drive the tractor so that I can put the hay out by myself. So, and you see that I'm smiling and listening, but like you see where my mind's going the whole entire time. So let's keep listening. Oh shoot. Let's keep listening. Oh wait.
You drive your
What is a grind gear? You mean grinding my gears like I don't
Yes,
make it to
that's
second?
what I see it.
I took it straight to second.
Yeah, but you're shifting it like you're trying to shift a car. You don't just, it comes to a complete stop and then you shift it.
You don't shift while you're going straight?
No, Judy, no. This is not a car. This is.
So wait a minute. So if I'm sitting with the tractor, I can go straight to second and I don't stall out?
That is true.
No.
What I heard there is I'm stupid. I heard that why in the world would I think that going from first to second in a tractor, driving it like a car, why would I even think that, Judy? You're just absolutely dumb. That's what I heard.
It's the way the tractor's geared. You have so many RPMs on the tractor, you can put it in second, you can run the RPMs up, and it'll take off just like it is in third. It's called a low range, a medium range, and a high range.
So if I want to go faster, I can go straight to second?
No.
Okay. Shane, you're confusing
So you got
me.
you got A, B, and a C. You got two levers there.
What is A, B, and C?
A, B, and C means low, medium, and high.
Where's the ABC on the
Well,
tractor?
like I said, you
Is this made Shane ABC or is this really an
no, it's
ABC?
ABC.
There's an A, a B, and a C on the tractor.
Yes, on the gear shifter, right?
See, his tone changed. Yes, Judy. There's an A, B. So I'm feeling in my head, I'm frustrating him because I don't understand the tractor and I'm getting on his nerves for asking 120 million questions. So that's what I heard. We're almost done.
Below the gear shift, yes. You have to select what range that you
That
want to be in.
little gear that's at the bottom, is that what you're talking about?
See, you don't even know what you're talking about. Little gear.
See, I don't even know what I'm talking about. I'm dumb. And then he begins to make fun of me. Watch him.
Little gear. Little gear.
Okay, listen, I'm being.
No, it's actually a stop. It sticks up about yay big with an orange thing on it. It says A, B, and C.
Okay.
Right beside the gear shifter. Right
Okay,
actually
let
right
me
above
ask you this question because I'm confused.
Oh,
You know, like when you're sitting in the tractor and over to the right is that little thing that makes it go faster, and then you can go there or you can hit the gas on the floor.
Yes.
Why is there two?
Because one of them is if you're constantly running through a field, bush hogging, or you're baling hay or you're running some type of equipment, you're supposed to have so many RPMs on the tractor, and that lever right there will open it all the way up, just like the one on your tractor.
Open what all the way up?
The throttle, Judy. See, that's what I'm talking about right there.
See, I'm dumb.
You think you need to be on a tractor? You don't even understand what throttle is.
I know what throttle is. I'm just asking.
Throttle is not the energy drink, Judy. That is
Really?
the throttle on the car.
I'm not that dumb.
He's kidding.
Would you like to repeat that?
So, are you comfortable with me getting in the tractor, going to an extra neighbor's house and playing with the gears?
No.
So I point blank asked him if he was comfortable with me getting on the tractor, and he just said no. So that's what I heard, right?
Why? Like, you're never going to be comfortable with me doing that?
Judy, sometimes I ain't even comfortable getting in the car riding with you because you scared me.
Seriously.
Okay. So, do you get in a conversation with people and do like me and go, Shane thinks I'm dumb. Shane doesn't want me on his tractor. Shane, do you do that? Because what happens is we get into situations where we're in the middle of a conversation and we hear one thing. And if you did like me and you recorded you and whoever you're talking to situation and you got away from the conversation and then heard it again, you may be like me and hear something totally different. Because like I said, the first time that we were talking, all I heard was, don't you get on my tractor. You're dumb. Oh, I've already done that. You're dumb, Judy. Don't get on my tractor. You're going to kill yourself. So all those things that I already fear, I fear killing myself. I fear wrecking the tractor. I fear flipping it, which is the whole reason why I'm scared to get on the tractor, right? So he confirmed all my fears. You're going to kill your fool self. So I heard all that. But when like I said, when I heard it on replay, I heard the sweetest husband going, I love you. I don't want you to get hurt. Like, I want you to drive the tractor, but I'm scared of losing you. I'm scared you're going to get hurt or you're going to kill yourself. And I'm afraid. And it was so weird to me to hear two different conversations, although it was the same conversation. And so it made me prompt me to talk to you guys about that today, because a lot of times we do this, and we probably do it with every single time we talk to someone, because we hear something totally different when it's first presented to us. But see, what we're hearing when we're in the middle of a conversation with someone, we're hearing our own fears. That's what we're hearing. We're hearing, you're not good enough. You're stupid. And it's all this crap that we tell ourselves. And so what happens is, when you learn to have confidence in yourself and you learn yourself so well, those thoughts and stuff will start escaping you. So in other words, like where I have severe PTSD from my past relationship, my husband that I was married to for 15 years, because he was the type of man, don't you touch my stuff, you'll mess it up. I wasn't allowed to drive his car. I wasn't allowed to use his computer because I would mess it up. I would tear it up. I wasn't like, as if I don't know how to drive a car, but you're not allowed. He had a car. He had a sports car. It was a Camaro. He had a Camaro, and I wasn't allowed to drive the Camaro because he was scared I would wreck it. I wasn't allowed to put sheets on my bed because I didn't do it right. I didn't put like when we would get groceries from the grocery store and I would go put them in the pantry, I didn't do it right. So I would put the groceries up and he would let me, but then he would come behind me and redo them all. He would put everything by alphabetical order, and like all the breakfast stuff goes on top and it's in alphabetical order. If I put dishes in the dishwasher to wash them, he would take them out of the dishwasher, hand wash them, and put them back into the dishwasher. That's what I lived with for 15 years. Okay. So I've carried all that baggage with me into my relationship with Shane. So I'm fearful to get on a tractor because I'm afraid that I will tear it up. I'm afraid, like, I have that PTSD that I've carried with me. To break that chain that you've went through for 15 years, to break that chain is difficult because our minds are strong. It's probably the strongest thing in our body, right? Our minds. Okay. So what happens is when those things happen, you have to reprogram your head. And Shane has tried so hard with me to reprogram him. The first time we were in Stapleton and he bought the little lawnmower tractor. It's a tractor with a bucket, but it has a lawnmower under it. And he said, I'm going to buy this for you in hopes that you cut the grass. And I was like, okay, I'm not, and I've shared this before. We're outside, okay, in the yard, and he brings the tractor and he goes, get on the tractor. I'm like, no. And he's like, get on the tractor. And I said, no, I'm not getting on the tractor. And he goes, I'm fixing to teach you how to drive the tractor. Get on the tractor. I have a complete panic attack. I don't know if you've ever had a panic attack. You can't breathe. Like, I'm having a complete, and I had never had a panic attack in front of Shane. I told you I try to be on my best behavior in front of Shane. Okay. I'm trying to keep it all together. And then in the middle of me trying to get on this tractor, I have a complete panic attack and I am on the floor, like bawling like a 2-year-old, like in a total panic attack and can't breathe. And he's like, what the heck's wrong with her? That day, he was like, are you okay? And I'm like, no. I had to sit him down and go, I'm scared. And he's like, what are you scared of? I said, I'm scared I'm going to mess up the tractor. He goes, Judy, I can fix it. And I was like, what does that mean? And he started to explain to me that he could fix anything. I'm like, so if I flip this son of a gun, you're not mad at me? He goes, no, but we're not going to flip it. I'm going to teach you how to do it. Y'all, it was like, as I'm approaching getting on this tractor, my heart is racing and I am sweating and I am scared to death, right? I am scared. Like, it is a true fear. It is not like I'm not pretending. I am in full fear like this on that tractor. Okay. So like all that PTS carries it on with me. So when I'm sitting here trying to learn something new, like now I've accomplished that little tractor. I just get on that son of a gun and go. And I have knocked things down. I told you guys about knocking the garage down. Okay. That's another story. So as I approach something different that's not mine, because I consider that tractor Shane's, even though it's ours, but I consider that Shane's tractor. So the fear of me getting on that big tractor is real. Like, I'm not just like trying to play a new YouTube video. No, it's real. When you see my videos, they are real. I am scared to death. I am. For me to get on that tractor to go to my neighbor's house to adjust the bucket and all, that's huge for me. That is huge. So when I am sitting in a conversation with Shane talking about getting on that tractor, all that crap that's in my head from the past 15 years of my marriage, of being with someone that has OCD, it's carried on with me. And I've not been, we got divorced in 2015. So you would think that would be long enough for me to get over that whole OCD, like realize that he's got his own issues and that has nothing to do with me. But it doesn't. Because when you've lived in it for so long and you've lived in that, and it's not that he was purposely abusing me. He wasn't purposely abusing me. He had OCD, and that's what his OCD told him, that I couldn't do these things. He wasn't abusing me on purpose, but it was abuse because he had an illness that wasn't being treated. And that's what Haley talks about, is not having a stigma behind mental illness and a medication, because in his brain, like, that's just who I am. I'm OCD. Like, that's just who I am. No, there's medication for OCD. There's medication. And here I was going to the doctor trying to get better because I'm living in it and I don't know how to deal with it. And he kept telling me it was me and it wasn't him. And so all this, I'm here to tell you that what happens is when you have all this crap that from childhood, from your parents or situations you were in school, and you carry this PTSD on with you into other relationships, it corrupts the relationship. So where I sit and listen to this conversation and I hear Shane tell me I'm not good enough and not to get on his tractor, that's not what he was saying to me. It wasn't. And when I was able to listen to the conversation back, I was able to get my thoughts together, because when he said all that to me and I walked away into the farm and I was stewing going, he don't want me on his tractor. I don't even know why I'm trying. Why am I even trying to do this tractor? He doesn't even want me on it. He thinks I'm not good enough. He thinks I'm stupid. He thinks that I'm just a little city girl and I'm never going to learn how to drive a tractor. That's because those are the things that I heard. And I'm just here to tell you that when you're in a situation and you find yourself stewing over a conversation that you're having with a friend or a boss or a coworker, your spouse, sometimes you need to hit record and listen, and then go listen by yourself and break the conversation down and go, wait a minute. What was he really trying to tell me? And what he was really trying to tell me is that he loved me with all his heart and didn't want anything to happen to me. It's not that Shane doesn't want me on the tractor, even though he was because Shane and I kid with each other. So he was like, don't you get on my tractor. You worry about he's not saying he doesn't want me on the tractor. Shane would love to see me accomplish getting on the tractor, but he does have true fears because I'm not a country girl. I don't know how to drive the tractor. So like if I got in a situation where I was teeter-totting, let's say, I am not going to know how to handle that situation because I don't have experience on the tractor. So he fears me getting hurt. It's not that he fears that I'm going to jack up his tractor. He's worried about me. And so today, I just want to challenge you that when you find yourself in a conversation and you beat yourself up over the conversation, like you think that you're not good enough, or you think that they'll never believe in you. Like, I wish my marriage was like this. I wish my husband was supportive, because that's what I was doing. I was out in the farm going, I wish my husband was supportive. I wish that he would, believe in me and not be so dadgum negative Nancy. That's what my husband is. He's nothing but negative Nancy. I was in total left field with this whole conversation, and I had to stop. But see, this is where, I talk about, now I forgot the word. Hang on. Emotional maturity. I talk about emotional maturity. Emotional maturity is when you can stop yourself in the middle of chaos and break the situation down and get in the other person's shoes and try to figure out what they're really trying to tell you. Because when I talked about my best friend and I was hearing that she's mad at me for not talking to her every day on the phone, what she probably really is feeling is she's losing her dad. She's losing her dad. Her dad has dementia. He's had a stroke. And her dad has been the rock in her family. He was a doctor. He was a breadwinner. He's stability. And she's losing her father. And in the midst of losing her father, she's realizing that her mom is deteriorating herself because she's making decisions that are not very wise. And she's realizing that her mom's getting old too. And what she's really trying to tell me is, I am about to lose it. I'm losing my parents. And see, if anybody should understand that, that should be me. Because I've lost both of and if you're just following me for the first time, when I talk about my dad, he's my stepdad. My dad, both of my parents have passed away. And if anybody should understand being gentle to someone that's going through that, it should be me. But see, I could easily go, oh gosh, she's pissed off at me because I haven't called her today. I could say that because that's what I was feeling. I was feeling like, oh gosh, she's frustrated because me and her do talk every day on the phone. So I went 4 days without talking, but it wasn't on purpose. It's because I'm so busy here on my farm. And so, but emotional maturity is when you can go, okay, what's going on with her? It has nothing to do with me. She's watching her dad die and she's struggling. And she that's what's happening. It has nothing to do with me. She knows I love her unconditionally. She knows that I have her back no matter what. She knows I've got a farm that I'm trying to run, and she knows I have a stepdad that I'm dealing with myself. So like if you text someone and they don't text back right away, okay, I'm bugging them. I should stop texting them. I'm bugging them. Okay. That's not always the case. That's what you interpret. You tell yourself, okay, I text this person, they haven't texted back. I'm driving them crazy. I probably should quit texting them. I'm driving them. That may not be the case. Emotional maturity is when you can sit back and go, okay, what is going on here? Am I bugging the crap out of them? Or why are they not responding to me? Like what's going on in their personal life? Like when you can get out of the picture and go, what is going on with them? Because majority of the time when someone snaps at you, when someone says a negative comment, when someone pops off or whatever, it usually has absolutely nothing to do with you. It's what's going on in their own life. And being emotional mature is when you can stop yourself and go, okay, they're having a hard time. They're popping off at me, but what's going on with them? Oh, wait a minute. They're losing their dad. Or, oh, you know what I'm saying? Hang on. That is what your goal should be, is having emotional maturity. And it's not something that just comes natural. It's not our automatic go-to, because our automatic go-to is, well, she just ticked me off. Say that to me. I just won't talk to her no more. Or someone says a negative comment and I'm like, okay, well, I'll tell you what, block. You know what I'm saying? It's like that's what and sometimes that person that makes a negative comment, they may need their Aunt Judy. They may They may be used to someone firing back at them because their attitude has always been negative and they're used to getting a response out of somebody. But when you respond in kindness and you have the emotional maturity to go, they're having a hard time. Let me be gentle. I don't know what's going on with them. But see, what we do as human beings, we carry that baggage on with us. Just like I did with my husband with OCD. I carried all that baggage and I said, I'm not good enough. I can't put the sheets on right. I can't. I mean, there was one time, and I hate to even say this. I mean, I know he ain't listening to me, so I don't really worry about it, but I don't want to embarrass. But there was a time when it was like during the winter, when you had ice on your cars, and I would get up and take my kids to school. That's just something like before I would take the kids to school, then I would go to work. And so he didn't like me taking the kids to school because I was using gas money. And he wanted the kids to walk to the bus stop and ride the bus stop. Well, it was important to me as a mom. I wanted to drop my kids off at school. That's something as a mom I wanted to do. So what he would do is go, okay, well, you're spending an extra $10 on gas money to take the kids to school. So I'm taking $10 off your grocery budget. That's what he would do to me. And it was difficult because then I would feel torn between taking my kids to school and feeding them. And it wasn't like that he was abusing me on purpose. It's his OCD was that way. And so there was a time I would go out there and crank the car in the mornings to let the car run to thaw the windshield out. And he would get mad at me and say, Judy, you're wasting gas. I want you to go out there and I want you to put a sheet over the car so that you don't have to waste the gas to let it run to get it warmed up. And I had to stop myself and say, wait, am I crazy or is he crazy? Like, what the heck? Who puts a sheet over their car so they don't waste gas running their car to take their kids to school? But see, all that crap that I went through for 15 years, and I told you guys I had to go to therapy to get out of the relationship because I wasn't strong enough because I thought it was all me. Okay. I carried that baggage with Shane. So a lot of times when Shane's talking to me, I hear something totally different than what he says because I'm still stuck in the past relationships. When I first got married to Shane, I would spend money and I would keep my receipts because on Fridays, I had to turn my receipts in to my husband. And he would go through the receipts to see what I spent. And Shane looked at me. I'm like, here's my receipts. He was like, what do I want your receipts for? And I'm like, and it was just like automatic nature to me to give him my receipts because, you need to know what you spent on the checkbook or whatever. And Shane looked at me like I had 4 horns on my head and was like, I don't want your receipts. And so what I hope that you gain out of this conversation is I hope today's a hat day. I hope that you learn, if you don't know what emotional maturity is, I hope that today that you will Google emotional maturity. I feel like I need some earrings on. Hang on. Carol, if you're here, I'm putting on my earrings. I hope today that you will Google emotional maturity and start learning ways to get to that. Because so many times when people say stuff to us, we hear something totally different than what's said to us. And again, it's because of things that you've been through in your life and you carry all that crap with you. And if you do not deal with that crap, and that PTSD from past situations, you're going to keep carrying that baggage with you, and you're going to keep hearing situations that are not actually happening because you're not emotionally mature enough to know what the person's actually saying to you. Because you're going to hear that best friend be frustrated that you didn't call every day, and it's going to get on your nerves. And you're going to hear your husband go, "You're not good enough to get on my tractor." And neither one of those situations were actually what they were saying. And I hope today that as you go through situations, I'm going to put on these cute little chicken earrings. Aren't those cute? Thank you, Carol. I hope that you gain something from this conversation, because we all go through so much in life, right? And we have to be prepared to know our own crap that we're carrying into the relationship. If you go, "He's so mean, he's so ugly, he says the most ugly things to me," stop. When he's in the midst of this anger, what is happening with him? Maybe he didn't get enough sleep. Maybe he had a bad day at work and he carried it home. But when you're gentle and can go, "Okay, I don't need to take this on." Because what we do as human beings is we take whatever their crap is, we take it on with us, because then they take it out on us. But when you're emotionally mature enough, you can look at them and go, "He must have had a really bad day at work. What can I do to make the situation better?" And when you're sitting at the supper table and go, "What happened at work today? What happened? What can I do to help?" Sit over there, shut your mouth. That's what you can do. Go cook me dinner. No. Emotionally mature is when you can do that. You can stop yourself in the midst of whatever someone's doing and stop and just go. Showing kindness goes a long way. And not reacting to their anger or their situation or whatever you think you're hearing. Because I could have totally went in left field with that whole conversation with Shane. And I could say, "I ain't ever getting on that tractor again. I'm not doing it." But that's not what Shane said to me. That's just what I heard. All right. It's time for me to go do animals. Wow. I'm actually ending at a little after 8. Isn't that a miracle? I didn't get the preaching stick out too long, just for a little bit. But today, I hope that when you get the choice to sit it out or dance, I hope you dance. And I hope that if you have some extra time today, that you'll look up emotional maturity and learn how to take yourself out of that situation and break it down and see what they're actually saying to you. Because probably they might not choose the right words to say to you, but probably what's happening is you're just taking what they're saying and you're running with it because of past situations. All right. I love you guys. So if you're in Coleman, come see me at the county fair on Saturday. And I love you guys with all my heart. And I hope that you have a great day. And maybe I'll pop in sometime this weekend. Maybe I'll go live at the Coleman County Fair. I love you. I hope you dance today. Don't sit it out. See you next time.